How's it going, ladies and gents? I have a Wi-Fi battle for you against Kaneziken from the Smoking Battle Finder. And you've probably seen a couple of matches, me versus him, in RU before. I don't think I've played much NU against him, maybe like one match before this, but it was a good game. He's bought that infamous choice banded Slaking, which always wrecks my team. It's looking like a pretty bulky team in general, like apart from Ninjask and Electabuzz, that's all a pretty bulky team, so I basically got to wear down the big bulky stuff like Golem, Tangler, Alamomola. Well, not so much them because they regenerate, but you know, get some prior damage on them, and then hopefully I can go for a sweep with either Rapidash or Lunatone. So first turn, he leads with his Ninjask, I lead with this thing. No, he doesn't, he leads with his Golem. Now first turn, I think I make a bit of an over-prediction. See, this over-prediction, right, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I get why I did it, but I don't know if that was justified, right? I predict Tangler, obvious switch into a water type, but then why would you switch in a Tangler to a probably specially attacking Dugong with Ice Beam? I'm not, but I could be, you know? Firstly, why would you switch it into an Ice type? Secondly, there's no need, like this. You know, there's no need to over-predict on the first turn, so I don't know why I did that. But nonetheless, get some damage off, and I decide, well, I'll probably save it for later. Try and do something with it at least. He goes for a Sucker Punch. I was not predicting that. I thought he'd just try and, you know, switch out or something, because, to be honest, Dugong's not really too much of a threat. I don't have Aqua Jet, but if I did, I could have killed him there and then. But whatever, go to Lunatone. He brings in Ninjask on the Earth Power, that was a good play. Now I go to Sandshrew. Normally I would try and stay in and try and like Psychic to break its subs because, you know, Ninjask, the infamous baton passer, that's what it does, it just gets speed up and then passes off to Rampardos or Slaking and just destroys everything, but it turns out this one is a, you know, choice banded set, which I knew from prior experience against playing against him in NU, so I guess I must have played at some point. But he brings in Alamomola. I stay in there thinking he's probably not going to go for Scald right off the bat, so I can at least get up my rocks, which would be great for the Ninjask. Now he burns my Ordino. Don't care, I've got Regenerator and Heal Bell, so not a big issue. Now I'm going to switch out. I kind of thought he'd bring back in the Golem here, so I bring in my Shiftery trying to bait that Golem in. But it turns out he stays in and goes for Wish, that's fine, whatever. Now the problem with Ordino, right? Ordino is a great wall, Regenerator, Heal Bell, Wish, all that good stuff. But it has terrible offensive capabilities. There's nothing it can do to Tangler and Alamomola, right? I should have given it Hyper Voice. Instead I gave it Return, which isn't a bad choice, unless you forget to give it any happiness, which is what I did, but yeah, now it's Tangler versus Shiftery. Shiftery's like the iron workhorse of my team. It just does work every game. Special Shiftery, physical Shiftery, I don't care, give me any Shiftery. It'll work, it's great. Go for a couple of Dark Pulses, get some heavy damage on the Tangler. Now he switches, goes to Electabuzz. I'm not sure about this, I may have just let Tangler die, but then again, I've never used Tangler, so I don't know if it's that valuable. I guess Electabuzz can take a special hit and then retaliate back, so whatever. I go to Sandshrew. I actually thought he'd go straight for either Focus Blast or HP Ice, but, you know, at least I do find out that he's not Choice Scarfed here because he switches up to Hidden Power Ice. That's good information to know. I guess I don't think he's a Viola because he would have taken the Dark Pulse better. I'm thinking maybe Expert Belt? But now I can go into my Lunatone, and this is where the fun begins, my friends. Now, I was saying last battle about Pokemon with, like, Substitute, Cosmic Power, or Stockpile. And basically, in this situation, I figure he might do this going to Ninjask, so go straight for Psychic and take that thing out. You know, no longer am I going to be threatened by the choice banded U-turns. Now, from this point onwards, I think, looking at the rest of his team, Lunatone has the opportunity to set up. Brings in Alamomola, which normally you wouldn't be able to do too much to, but I got a plan up my sleeve. I can go for a sub. I think I predicted Toxic, but Wish is fine, that works for me as well. I can now just set up all I want, go for Cosmic Powers, and by all I want, I mean once because apparently I didn't feel like setting up anymore. That was a bad mistake. I could have just set up to +6, but you know, whatever. It takes 2 skulls to break my sub even after, you know, just +1. So I can basically just like keep going for psychics, try and get as much damage as I can. Don't know why I went for Earth Power on the first turn because they both got a chance to lower special defense, whatever. Now he goes to Tangler as I set up a sub again. And like I said, I could have kept trying to set up on the Alamamola because I feel like Tangler would be able to break the sub even after like 2 or 3 cosmic powers, but you know, Alamamola, much worse special attack, so probably not. I don't know. Now in comes the infamous Choice Banded Slaking, goes for a Brick Break, and I was really hoping that I could live this, but you know, Lunatone's physical defense is not quite up to Solrock standards. They're sort of flipped in terms of their offensive and defensive stats, but you know, whatever. I lose Lunatone, that's not a big deal. It did take out Ninjask, Tangler, and Electabuzz, so what more can you ask for, right? I can't look at anything Moon related without thinking of... Has anyone played Soul Calibur 5? There's a character in that game called Viola. And she gives these really weird quotes before the matches. I love the series, but the characters in those games are just absolutely bizarre. Now it goes for a Brick Break, does a lot of damage to my Ordino, but by some absolute miracle, I take it. I think I'm specially defensive. Not that I really cared, I didn't really need Ordino at this point. My plan was basically like, every time Slaking comes in, send in like Ordino or Dugong or something to die, and then from that point onwards try and get a sweep with Shiftry. Because that is my only hope really, like, go for that big 1 damage return on the Alamamola, does nothing. And I was basically like worried at trying to, you know, I didn't want Ordino in against the Golem, and I didn't want, what's his name, Dugong in against Alamamola because they can't do anything to those ones, you know? You know what I'm saying? He's got a better defensive core is what I'm saying. Ordino and Dugong are not going to be doing anything, so they're basically like Slaking fodder. Just throw them in Slaking's way and just hope, you know, when he's going truant, that's when Shiftry can come in and do the damage, you know? Go for a Drill Run on the Golem, simply to break the Sturdy. I kind of thought, please don't switch out to Alamamola here. I need to break that Sturdy if I'm going to have any chance of winning this. But now I can go for a Giga Drain, take out the Golem, and that's going to be great. I'm sort of like hanging on, not really at decent HP, but just sort of trying to gain back as much as I can so I can hopefully take a hit from, like, take a Choice Banded Sucker Punch from Slaking if I need to. But now I figure, he definitely outspeeds. Let's go to Ordino. Just sack it to whatever he goes for. Now the problem is, I think he has Alamamola, this, and one more thing maybe? I'm not sure, but basically I'm running out of Pokemon to sack. I think that might have been my last one, so here I have to kind of think, well, I could go straight for Giga Drain and kill this thing, but then he could bring in the Slaking once again and just take me out because he outspeeds. Luckily, I do have a Ace of Spades in the back pocket of Shiftry ready for these kind of situations. I have the Tailwind. Tailwind is great on any special sweeper or physical sweeper. Tailwind's a great move in general. Go for it there. And basically, I have 3 turns in order to kill this thing before the Slaking comes in. If I don't have the Tailwind up, he wins automatically. Slaking, Choice Banded, anything kills Shiftry. Shiftry doesn't have the bulk. Goes for a Toxic, which really kind of puts pressure on me here, because if he goes for like Protect, and then like Wish, whatever, and he manages to stall out my Tailwind, I would have to deliberately not kill this thing so as to set up the Tailwind so that it's still up in time for the incoming Slaking. Luckily, I think I counted right here. He doesn't go for Protect for some reason, so, you know, Alamamola dies there. I feel like I can take a Choice Banded Sucker Punch even if he does have it. Not sure if he does. But since I got the Tailwind up, I can outspeed, go for a Dark Pulse, and that's going to take out the Slaking. That will be good game. Very good game indeed. Came very down to the wire. I'm pretty sure everything else was dead. Yeah, I think Sandshrew died to Electabuzz, Lunatone died to Slaking, or Dino died to Slaking, Rapidash died to Golem, Dugong died to my incompetence, Slaking probably, don't know. But whatever, yeah, it was a good game. Definitely, you know, big threats on that team. Lunatone coming through for me there with the Cosmic Power subset. So, hope you all enjoyed the match. And with that being said, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.